My name's Kristin Gonzalez. I teach Spanish, and I have been teaching for 11 years, 10 of which have been at Claremore Public Schools. I taught at Claremore Public Schools for 10 years, and then I decided to be a stay-at-home mom for 10 years, and so this is my first year back. And I was really nervous to be back in the classroom again and trying to just get back into the routine of it. But like I've told everybody, this has been like home. It's just been like I've never left. It's like riding a bicycle, and the kids are great, and I've really enjoyed being back in the classroom. The thing that really draws me back to coming to Claremore to teach is I just like the way that it feels like a community and like a family. I like the core values of the community, and it hasn't changed much. I think, generations change. Technology is a little bit different, but the core values of the community are the same, and that's what makes it great to be back here. Well, when I thought about returning back to the classroom, I wanted to be where my own children are, and they're in Claremore Public Schools. I wanted to be able to be part of their journey through school as well. So they'll be coming up through the high school, and I wanted to be here. And I didn't want to be in a different district from them. I wanted to be where they are so that we're all in the same community. We have the same expectations. We're kind of in that same groove so that we can enjoy the experience of going through the schools together. I was raised in Claremore. I love the smaller town community, but with all the advances of like the big city in a way too. We have a lot of culture. We have the PAC. There's lots of activities they can do. We have the biomed program at the high school. And I knew going in that I wanted my children to have those opportunities as they got into the higher grade levels, all those avenues where they could explore what they want to do after school, and the way that we push academics here, but also the character of the student. And I really, just speaking where they're all at RUSA, and I love that school, not just for the GE model, but for the way that school has taken them in. Just a side note, we went through COVID pretty badly, and my husband was very sick, and that school stepped up in ways that I cannot even put into words to be there for my children while we were both in the hospital. So it was just an experience where I wanted them to be somewhere where people know their names. They see them in the community. They come to their baseball games, and they come to their softball games, and they support what they do inside of class and outside of class. Overall, I think we really strive to find the individual talents of children. We offer a wide variety of paths for them to go on, but I also think that we have teachers that are connected enough with their students to get them on those paths. I love that some of the people who teach here were my teachers, and so I get to connect with them, as colleagues now. Everybody is so positive. When I come in the morning, everybody's greeting one another. They know your name. The administration has been wonderful. They check in on me as a newly returned person to make sure I have everything I need. It's just a great atmosphere here. You don't feel like you're stuck in your room all day. You feel like you're a part of a family or part of a group with a common goal. Like a welcome home. I mean, I know I've already said that, but that's really what it's like. It's like welcome back to where you're supposed to be. But you have to form a relationship first, and then you can teach the subject, no matter what you're teaching. Like I said, I wanted to teach from the time that I can remember. My poor sister, she used to have to be my student, and I would teach her when she was younger. She became a doctor, and so I always say my first student was a doctor, and that's just been teaching. It just always has been what I've wanted to do. I would say, go into teaching open-minded, and one thing that I have try to really tell myself this year and coming back to the classroom, and I even have a sign up here that says it, but above all else, love. Love the students first. Figure out who they are, and then it's about teaching. And I think we have to realize that we're also learning. There's times when I'm going to make mistakes teaching, when I'm going to do something wrong, when I don't know the answer. And we have to let students know that that's okay. We're all still learners. I'm not going to always know an answer, but I can figure out how to find it, and they need to also have those skills where you can highlight your assets on different times to pull things, but also find a way to make those kids shine and define their role within the classroom, and try to make your classroom a place where everybody feels safe and where they feel like it's okay to be who they are and to learn the way that they learn. So that just that community where they feel like they're part of the classroom, they're welcome, they're wanted, and this is a place to be, and that you're happy that they're here every day. I think the most important thing about this district is that they welcome you in as family, and you feel very supported. I don't think there has been anything that has come up in the 10 years that I've been here, this first year back and the 10 years before, where I didn't feel like there was somebody who could come to a need. If you need something, there's either a colleague, an administrator. People look out for you. It's has all that hometown feel, but we're also a community that strives for education. So it's not just that we're close and everybody gets along, but we're motivating our children to do better, to be better, to have educations, to go and do stuff. And that's a community that encourages everyone's kids kind of like along the path of being greater. My why is that kids need love. Every single one of them. Every single kid that comes in this room has something that is special about them. There's someone that's a unique and individual, and there's so many kids that are hurting for so many reasons. And I just feel like I need to be here as my mission, as my why is to just love on kids. Throughout my years of teaching, I've had several incidents of that. One of them that comes to mind is not even at Claremore, but I'll share it. It's when I was at Norman. I taught 6th, 7th, and 8th grade Spanish, and at the time, all the special education children were also in Spanish, and I had a boy in my class who could not read or write or speak English very well. And he was in my Spanish class, and he was never able to actually really do Spanish. But I made him kind of like my teacher helper, so he would pass out papers and stuff. And at the end of the year, he came up to me and he gave me, it was a balloon weight. It's just a star. He got it off as some kind of celebration thing, and he brought it to me, and he told me, "Thank you for making me feel like a star. Nobody ever sees me." And then I realized, like, the reason that I'm in a classroom is so that kids are seen. They're loved, they're felt. And this year, I try to give my students little presents before the breaks. And I got my kids blankets this year, and I put their names on them and from me, and they were on their desk when they came in. I heard one guy say, "I've never had a present with my name on it before." And so moments like that where it's not just education moments, it's those connections with kids. That's why I'm here. It's not so that they're all fluent in Spanish at the end of the term, because that's not going to happen. I mean, I hope they love Spanish, and I hope that they enjoy it and they study it more. But the reason I'm in the classroom transcends whatever subject I'm teaching. It's about the individuals that are in my classroom. Once you're a zebra, you're always a zebra, and that's how I felt coming back. This is kind of like a second home. It's walking the same halls I walked as a high schooler, as I did as a first-time teacher, and now it's different avenues of my life, because I was like a teenager and then like a young 20-year-old, and now I'm a mom with 4 kids. Different times in my life, but the place still feels the same, and you just feel welcome home. So once you're a zebra, that's in your blood.